guys, today I'm going to be showing you the builds from the last week of the LEGO Star Wars 2021 75307 Advent Calendar. So this is the fourth week, I think, of the Advent Calendar, so this video will include spoilers for days 18 to 24. So if you haven't gone all the way up to 24 yet, then just add the video to your watch later playlist and come back to it later. I live in Australia, so time zones and all that will probably mean that it'll still be the 23rd for a lot of you guys. So, starting off with day 18, this is the Imperial Ito interrogator droid. So, this is, according to Lego.com, one of the 7 figures included in the set, even though a lot of people will only consider it 6. But, there are only really 4 minifigures, that being Mando, Stormtrooper, Scout Trooper, and the Tusken Raider. And then there's Grogu, who's a baby figure, and IG-11, who is a droid as well. So I'm counting all of them as figures, just only the 4 minifigures as minifigures. So yeah, this is still a figure, just, yeah. As for the design, it's pretty good. I like the use of the, whatever you call that, needle thing piece on the side. I like how they've got the red light on the front. This is actually the droid that Dr. Pershing uses to extract the blood from Grogu in Chapter 3 of The Mandalorian, so yeah. It's not the most detailed design to represent it, but I like it nonetheless, so. And I like how they've included the see-through pole and dish piece at the bottom to have it look like it's kind of floating. So here we have the Slave 1. I've heard a lot of people say that they like it. Honestly, I can't agree. I've got it set up like this because it doesn't really look good from any of the downward angles, but yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. How is this good? It might be good if they hadn't done a better one in 2016. Let me bring it over. So here is the 2016 one. How is this one good? It's terrible. It is the only things better about this one to the 2016 one is the fact that it has the cannons on the front and uses trans black pieces instead of just black pieces for the cockpit. But the black doesn't even look that bad, and the cannons don't, and it not having cannons doesn't even look that bad. Some of you may still think that this one is better. Let me just bring over an actual Slave 1 set. So the only way that look, so it's got green and then 2 studs of grey. This one has grey and 2 studs of green, and also uses brown like the old Slave ones. The only reason this one could be better is if the color scheme was accurate, but it is not accurate in the slightest. You might say, oh, it's because this one's original trilogy and this one's based on The Mandalorian and it's slightly different or whatever. But let me bring over an actual Slave 1 based on The Mandalorian. Tell me, which one is more accurate? Let me lift up the camera so we can see it. Look at this one. It's got the green at the top and grey at the bottom. It has these coming off the sides of the red. It has the grey exit ramp there. It has the dark green going around there, around where this bit comes out. It has, well, look at that. How is it? And then we look at this one. It has lots of green. Might I add the wrong color of green? And a small bit of grey at the top to, I suppose, represent this tiny little bit. It has green, where there's green on top of brown, where there should just be red. What even is this? And I had the idea to try and make a better one, combining these two, to make one that has the correct color scheme and stuff, and the good red bottom with the grey exit ramp and all that. But with the cannons, so let me just have a go at that and see what I can come up with. And after a couple of minutes of fiddling around, I've come up with this. Look at this, it's got the trans clear pieces, it has the laser cannons, it has the dark green round there, it has green underneath on this bit, like the actual Slave one, even though it's the wrong color. Wait, let me just fix the cannons on the large one. I accidentally bumped them out of position. It has the correct wings on the side. Look at it, it's just the best. The only extra piece I needed to add was this ingot piece, which comes on a few of the other advent calendar builds. I just yoinked it off the crappy Trexler Marauder. So yeah, this is what we should have gotten. Why is this not what we got? This is just so much better. And wait, I have an idea to make it even better. Okay, I replaced the trans clear piece here with this grey cheese slope to try and replicate the fact that it has grey there. But on second thought, it doesn't look that good and I'm gonna put it back. But even so, just like this is what we should have gotten. Why did we get that crappy thing with green on top of brown? Wrong shade of green, wrong everything, just bad. Why? I don't understand. This one is so much better, look at it. It's fantastic. I love it. In fact, I'm just gonna keep it like this, probably. Because it is the superior Slave One Advent Calendar build. It even looks good landed, unlike the others. On day 20, we got IG-11. He's pretty much exactly the same figure as in the Razor Crest with the clip on the back sticking out. If you're wondering why they've got the stud there holding that clip further out, which kind of looks bad, it's because if you put just the clip on there without that stud, it stops the head going back very far. Like right now it goes to there. If you have the clip there, it just goes to like there. That's as far back as it can go, and it's leaning forward. So I understand that they've got the stud there for the rifle clip. Anyway, yeah, nothing too special. Really flimsy and easy to knock over as always. Not a great figure, same one as the Razor Crest. Yeah, not the most exciting build, but good to get an IG-11 if you don't have one already from the Razor Crest. On day 21, we got the IG-11 and Mandalorian weapon stand. It's a pretty cool design, I like it. It has a clip for IG-11's rifle and Mando's rifle. And we can get that rifle and give it to IG-11. Oh, and by the way, so you guys will probably have realized now that they only give us the weapon stands after we've gotten the figure /S that come with the, that have weapons that go on the weapon stand. So this is a standout for that. It is because they always like to put the Christmas figures like Mando in the last days of the Advent calendar, so they just gave us this after IG-11, which I think is alright. It just means we get Mando's rifle early, which is not a bad thing, it's just different. Also, on the back of the Advent calendar box, it says to put IG-11's rifle like this, with this part being clipped into his back, but on the Razor Crest, it clips in on this area. So that's interesting that they changed that. I don't know why they went to the effort to change that. It just seems kind of unnecessary. I know that's kind of nitpicky and useless to even bring that up, but it's just weird. I don't know why they would have bothered changing it. Why not just use exactly the same design for the figure? But yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. On day 22, we got Christmas-themed Grogu, as well as his carry bag thing, which looks really... Anyway, yeah, the figure looks really good. We get exactly the same Grogu headpiece that we've gotten in all the other sets. This is actually my 5th Grogu figure, so nothing new for me. But the torso does look really good. I like the scarf and snowflake pattern on there. It's always annoying how with the baby figures they can only print on that one tiny square in the middle of the torso, but that's just because of the arms there. They can't really print there properly, which I understand. It's just annoying that the scarf only goes across the middle of his torso. Anyway, with the bag, you can stick him in there, and you can either put that around IG-11's neck. So there we go. We've got Grogu in the bag on IG-11's back. You do have to remove the rifle clip though, and it looks pretty good with it on there. So, yep, that's cool. The thing they intend you to do with it though, is to put it on the speeder bike, and then you can have the scout trooper taking Grogu away on the speeder bike and bringing him to Moff Gideon only to be stopped by IG-11. So that's pretty cool that you can have it fit on the speeder bike. Anyway, let's move on. On day 23, we got a Christmas-themed Grogu's hoverpram. This is the first build we've ever gotten for Grogu's hoverpram, which I think is cool. So yeah, we finally get a Grogu's hoverpram. And it's Christmas themed, so if you want to have it accurate to the show, you will have to switch out just a couple of the red pieces, like the jumper in there, and maybe these bits on the sides, although you could probably keep the grill pieces because the hoverpram does have some red detailing. And something I didn't notice until I actually got this and built it myself is that it's actually symmetrical on both sides without this one piece. So yeah, I just found that interesting. Anyway, we can get Christmas Grogu here and put him in there. And he fits in nicely. It's not too oversized, I guess. It's a little bit oversized, but it works with a minifigure. So yeah, I like it. On day 24, so today, the last day of the advent calendar, we got a Christmas themed Mando. So it is kind of a shame that they didn't give us an actual scarf piece, because if you do have a dark red scarf piece from the James Potter figure from the Harry Potter CMS Series 2, you can see I have that right here. It's not red, but it's like dark red, which is close enough. We can put that on, and as you can see, it does actually cover up most of the actual Mando scarf. You can see a tiny bit of it under there, and actually you can see a lot of it on the back. But other than that, it looks pretty good. I guess the only reason they printed it on instead of giving us an actual proper scarf piece is because then the figure wouldn't be exclusive at all. It'd just be the same Beskar Mando pieces that we'd been getting for a while. And yeah, I guess it is good to get an exclusive Christmas-themed Mando that isn't just the same one with a scarf piece on. So that's why. You can also get his rifle from the Mandalorian and IG-11 weapon stand, give it to him, and now he has a weapon as well. So those were days 18 to 24 of the 2021 LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar, and that is the last video I'll be making about this Advent Calendar, most likely, unless something else happens that I want to make a video about. So there we go, that's it for this year. Overall, it was a great advent calendar. I'm probably biased because The Mandalorian is my favorite TV show ever. I love it, it's great. But, yeah, I like getting those Christmas-themed Mando and Grogu figures, and especially getting Grogu's hoverpram. A lot of the builds were really good. We had some ups and we had some downs, looking at you, Armored Marauder, and Slave One as well, although my version, I think, is quite a bit better. So yeah, there we go. See you guys later, I guess. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you like the content that I make on my channel. Goodbye.